the woman who came from the cold. Oh, really welcome your country. This time of the year, still so cold. And my room has no heater, nothing. No food, no heater, no person, nobody, only me. How come? Huh? Everything you do is extreme. Either you make a lot of noise at the airport or you leave me alone in the house where I don't know where to turn anything on. So I'm turned off. Are all these American citizens? Really? No, not all? How many American citizens here? 150,000? What? Oh, that's good news. That's all? From all these people? More coming in. When? Oh my gosh. Even that small thing, you can't do it in 2 hours? Okay. So what do you want me to do now? Since I came already, what next? What's the entertainment program? I'm the guest, no? You're supposed to cook me. You're supposed to cook me well and blanket me, what? Nurse me, sing for me. And what else? Make my bed warm, make my house warm, but nothing's done. So, how do you think I feel? Every time I go to America, I just don't want to stay here because it's too cold. Huh? What? Someone say better? I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. How come only 100 something American people? 190? Not even 200 yet. I'm disappointed. All these good-looking guys and beautiful women, who are you? What kind of nationality? Stateless, right? Somebody, right? Huh? What kind of state you are? Nothing. And you come here just for cakes and candies, jello. Oh. All right, huh? Oh, my wisdom book is not here. It's okay. I think I can just try to squeeze something out. Come. We don't have time for you. This is America. Everything so fast. Oh. Too fast. You cannot think. All right. Everyone's okay? Outside? Do you have to take turn now? How long you been sitting in already? 1 hour. Now get out. The new batch coming. Huh? They're all wet outside. I told you to take turn. It's a spirit of sharing. That's America, no? You have to share everything, including the rain. But you all right? That's all we have? This is all the room? What? Nhưng mà ngồi trong nhà hả? No, what I mean is the room is only this big. Are there any room inside? No more? Yes, I remember tell you, chop everything. Make space. And this all there is? It must have shrunk in size. I can't believe it. I remember last time there are many rooms and it's difficult to see you. And it looks big. And then you have expanded a little bit, right? How come the more you expand, the smaller it becomes? What kind of magic is that? Huh? Because of me, you shrink? No. This is bad English. What do I make you to shrink, huh? More people coming. Yes, but what I mean is the room became so small. I don't mean the people. I remember when I sat there, when I sat here before, When I looked to the horizon, I felt very mighty because the room was so big. Today I feel small. I feel the room is so small. I remember over there was kitchen, right? And the yellow woman there was my room. Yeah. And now nothing there. And still my room in there? No. Already I told them, yeah. How come it looks so small? Oh, by the way, did you ask the price, neighbor? They're selling?
Wrong number.
I know you would call wrong number. Yeah, this is not the only thing that you do wrong. I'm used to it. Everything wrong. You want me to count it now? Since I arrived at the airport, the first wrong thing you did is to inform the police who I am. They make trouble from beginning, huh? And then the second wrong is, the first wrong is that you gather there in such a big number. Well, not as big, but it's big enough for them. I don't know why. They should have seen Taiwan. We take over in no time. The whole airport will belong to us, huh? I know it will cause some trouble, when you came and see me, but you used to do it before, and so I thought, no more problem. Besides, if I expect problem, I would also let you come there, because many people cannot come see me tomorrow, as you have seen, yeah, evidently, even not tonight. So at least they have seen me in the airport, and they feel happy. See, if I just protect myself and my animosity, right? Incognitoism. Yeah, then it's more comfortable for me. But then it's very difficult to see everybody in a different time. Even if I travel every day of the year until all my teeth fall out and all my hair turn gray, I will never see enough people. There will always be somebody saying that, please come to our planet. What else you demand on me? You demand only, and then must know how to dance. Can you sing as well? Oh yes, you must. And you must recite poetry, and besides you must make poetry first. And you must make song first, and then you must dance first, and then what, you must know how to design your dress so you don't have to spend too much money. What? Besides, earn money from that as well, yeah. Etc., etc., yeah. What else you demand on me? Cook for you, yeah. Drive your car, and fix your lousy engine, and wake you up in the morning. And even... yeah. You demand every impossible thing. And even run your engine when you have no petrol in your car. Oh, that is famous. Everybody knows this. No? What do you mean? What I mean is you are famous for demanding the impossible. But why not, huh? Why not? If we only demand the impossible, what is the use of the CHINGHAI Supreme Master? Yeah. She's there for impossible things, huh? Yeah, maybe she's useful, huh? Not better. But the problem is not many people make use of this. That's why. And some of you, even if you want to make use of the person, the message, the power, the gift that she brings to you, sometimes you don't use it. And that's why your life is still have some trouble. And that's why you cause trouble for me too. Yes. Who is the one who drives my attendance today? Raise your hands. Huh? Who? You know what? I expect them to be home when I arrive. All warm and cozy with music and dim light. Candlelights would be even best, or incense or anything like that. Nothing. When I came home, I'm the only one that walked in. The house is cold, no food on the table, nothing on the stove. Nobody was to be found. and I can't find anything. I cannot find my things because I haven't arrived yet. I came later, but I arrived before. And they left before me. You know, when I came to see you downstairs, they're supposed to leave with all my luggage and their luggage, and then to go home and have a nice shower and bath and cook a little thing for us. Nothing. They went around Mars or Venus, I don't know. Only after I came there already a long time, then they arrived. I'm sorry, traffic or something. We went the same road. Even if there's traffic, you know, they should have been home before me because I came out later. You know, after I've seen you and take care of 1,001 things, they should have been home. No, nothing, nobody. And the house was so cold, like the refrigerator. I suppose I came here as an ice cube, but I managed to blow myself, you know, into shape. You know, everything, always something like that. When I want to do something for you or for anybody, always the Maya stands in the way. And because humans beings are tending or have the tendency to lean on the Maya side, the illusion side, because of habit, many lifetimes. So anything that with Maya clicks so well. That's why everything I want is opposite all the time. For example, I tell my attendants, go to the airport quickly, before, very early in the morning. So book the seat so that we have a better seat, you know, away from smoking, for example, or in the front row so that I can breathe. You know, people don't always walk all over me, things like that, and have a little bit more space in the front. No, he squeezed me in the middle. Not even, you know, on the L's, no. Not only the opposite, but worse than opposite. Squeezed me in the middle of the two people. That's why it's a famous tissue story today. Yeah, everything I say, they must do the opposite. I don't know why. It must be something wrong. May not be their fault. It must be somebody else or anybody else or nobody's fault, but it must happen. For example, like that. Yeah? Things like that. Always happen. Also, I say, okay, prepare some vegetarian food for yourself because in the airplane, sometimes the food's lousy. Of course, that's including myself too. But I don't know. They sat there, eat their food first. And wait until the master eating all the lousy garlic bread, and then they came. Oh, master, here's your food. I said, thanks. Thanks for nothing. I'm already filled. For example, I'm not complaining, I'm just telling you. Even small things, very difficult for you to do work for me. I don't ask about big deal. Just garlic bread. No garlic bread. It's all prepared for everybody, but it's not possible to be done. For example, things like that, yeah? For example, in Hong Kong, I bought a very big piece of land. We have a lot of wood and dry wood, yeah? And I know I love firewood in the winter, yeah. I have a small, fireplace I built myself. And of course, I will sit there and barbecue in myself, yeah? Oh no, barbecuing. Yeah, that's a terrible thing with expression. Yeah, you cook me and I barbecue myself, for example, like that. I would roast the yams and things like that. They know it. But you know what happened? They burn all my wood. Yeah, when I came, nothing there. Yeah, some toothpicks left over, things like that. So when I need some, they go and chop the newly dead, just dead trees, you know, has not yet dry out. And then they smoke me to heaven. Oh my God, and I sit there and cry for no reason. Things like that, it's very small things, but very important. Because sometimes I need these small things to relax. Or just to think about something, yeah? And not to have to always busy in the fighting field. And you have to relax sometimes in order to fight. Huh? I'm always on the fighting field. So sometimes I sit there and think about strategy. But then, always a problem. So you see, I had to see you at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, but I couldn't. I haven't had a piece of, I say, rack on my precious, I would say, bodhisattvas instruments. Because the things arrive late. And when they came home, they must cook and they must sort things out and must turn heat on, everything. And you know, everything is a mess when you're traveling. And they just unpack in the hotel, and now they pack back again, it's even more mess. And when they come back there late, it's even worse. So it's very difficult. And then because the clothes I wear before is a kind of cotton. So when I sat on the chair, and when I came home, nothing there, I just lay there waiting to die. And then all the clothes creased. And even if I want to wear it again, it have to be ironed out, you know. Iron on my body. So I cannot come to you look like a pajama, thing like that. I could, you know, but I don't think I should. Yeah. I think you love me in all kind of clothes, or not even clothes, or no clothes even. I mean, even before, when I don't wear any fancy clothes. But still, đâu có cần hộ pháp gì đâu mấy người nào mà ở ngoài đi vô đi để đứng ngoài trời mưa lạnh ha. Anybody can come inside, and don't, if you have space, and don't just stick outside. It's too cold. There's another room over here. There's no need. You can just open it, no? There's an empty room in there. Yeah, the guest room here, empty. Why you leave that room? Nếu ngồi ngoài đây cũng được hả? Ngồi trong kia cho nó ấm, ok hả? Over there, that room in the front. You know that room? Okay. All right, I'm trying to buy you another piece of land, if possible, if they sell it. Next door. Connected. So you can run up and down and dispensing your karma, by the way. Exercising. Oh, who's that outside? Come and sit inside. There's enough place for 10 person. Here, this way. Let them come inside and sit here. All right, I have to be manager too. Okay. Oh, I promise you to speak Vietnamese today, no? All right, okay. Oh, forget it. But you all understand English, no? You do? Yes. Okay. You let the gentleman with the can, he sat on that platform, please. It's maybe more convenient for him. Got it? The old man just came in. Let him sit on the platform so he doesn't have to bend his knees. That man, yeah. If an old person come in, you know how to stand up? No? This young, beautiful, handsome fellow? Thank you. Next time, do it before I ask. But you know what? The old people, they don't like to be respected too much. And if you let them the seat, they feel very old. Nowadays, people, you let me sit on the seat all the time now. I feel, no more choice. I better eat chocolate. Okay, any question? Good question. Not the Vietnamese question. You want to ask me anything since you don't see me for a long time or first time? Yeah? Yes, ma'am. Sir?
First time I see you.
That's a question. I know. Okay. All right.
I just want to thank you for saving.
And the cake as well. All right. Where do you live?
I from New York.
Uh-huh.
I came to Sacramento, and I just felt like, you know, there was nothing in my life that I wanted anymore, and I saw you on television.
Only that? Love at first sight. Only saw on television and you fell in love already. Oh my goodness. Well, you're better than me. I never fell in love so fast. And all right, you can cry if you want. That's all? That's your question?
I just would like to make you proud of me, you know.
Proud of you?
Because,
why?
well, no, not that way, because I,
It's okay, I understand.
you know, I read so much of your things, you know, and you do so much for us. You take on so much.
Really, you know?
I know.
No problem. It's not that I worry about. It's not the karma I worry about. It's not the work I worry about. I worry about people make trouble for me, that I have less time for you and more garbage, you know? I don't worry about karma. I could die for you anytime. Really, I could suffer anything for you or anybody. No problem. It's just that sometimes I don't have a chance to do it or have too much trouble getting things done. You know what I mean? Like a bad attendance or lousy driver drive me around, things like that. But it's okay, maybe God's will too. So I take everything as it comes. But just have to understand why sometimes I come late, sometimes I'm in such a shape and things like that, you know, because there are many other things just around me all the time. Always try to pull my attention to different direction and try not to let me think of the things that I should do. That's why it's difficult, you know? I don't mind the work. I don't mind to do anything for you at all. And in fact, I came this time especially to do something for you, America. Otherwise, I would not have traveled. You know how I hate travel. And we just had 4 days retreat. I had no reason to come here this time, except I want to do something. But that I need your help. If I could have done it alone, I wouldn't have come here. I'll tell you later. But I tell you the American citizens only. The other people cannot help, so don't have to burden yourself. How come so less citizens? Huh? Okay, we will ask from other people, other states. Perhaps I came so quickly, so not many people prepare to come. Right? Yeah? Next weekend I will not be here. Friday what day? 15. 16 I'm gone. 16 I leave LA. I must. I cannot cancel this trip. But perhaps I come back to America after that trip. Maybe I pass by, maybe I stay in San Jose or something. Not because I love you, San Jose people. Just because I have bigger land there. It's more convenient for you. I don't want you standing in the rain and singing. If you can, then perhaps you go to San Jose next time. But I'll let you know, okay? Because my schedule is not yet fixed. It's fixed for going, but I promised to. Normally they wanted me to stay 1 week. I say, I'm not sure, maybe only 3 days. I don't want to stay anywhere that long. What for, right? I have a lot of work to do. It's enough that I go to a country one time. I don't have to see all the people. So if I've been there and come back, even just a few minutes, okay. But I will be there for 3 days, so I guess it's more than enough. I just see the president and do whatever I need to do for that country, and then I have to go. I don't need to stay. Of course I can. But if I stay in every country, then I have trouble with other countries. I'm supposed to go on lecture tour, but I cannot manage yet. Perhaps this year. But since I'm here, you know, maybe I could stay a little longer. Not too long. And, not here, but I mean this time here 3 days or 4 days. And then perhaps when I came back from abroad, perhaps I consider staying for a while. But everything is perhaps, I don't want to make you promise, but you check up with the center. We let them know, okay? And then I think 80% is for sure. But sometimes, when I go outside, you know, everything begin to stir up, and then there are works coming and coming. It's just like because I had no visa anymore to stay in Taiwan. My visa expired, so I had to leave Taiwan. Just because I leave Taiwan. And I met somebody in Hong Kong, for example. That's why how things happen. And then that's how I had to come here, for example. And because of I had to come here, I have to go to that country too, for example, like that. If I did not come here, I wouldn't have promised to go to that country, which is your neighbor, Dominica, not Republic, Dominica. Huh? Dominic Republic is different, huh? All right? For example, like that, huh? Right. So one thing will lead to another, yeah? Sometimes I know in advance for a long time. Sometimes I just shut it out. I don't want to see anything. I just let tomorrow take care of itself. Like Jesus say, why do you have to worry about tomorrow? Because it's enough that the events of the day. So that's how I take care of my life, one step at a time. Just like our heart beats, one beat at a time. If our heart thinks that it has to beat how many million times a year, I think he gone berserk, he has a heart attack. So with us, same with us. Sometimes God let us know many things in advance, if it is necessary to know. And if it's not necessary to know, we don't have to know many things in advance. That's why astrology is not very important. We just live day by day. And every day we take care of whatever comes. And that should be enough. If you know everything about atom war and Third World War and Fourth World War, and who's going to be dying next and which president is the next, and then you don't want to do anything anymore. Right? Very difficult. So it's good to have fun too. That we know we have the future undisclosed. Yeah? That's why I don't promise too much. Except sometimes I make my own choice. I make schedule long term, and it's okay. But it's a rush. My life is such a rush sometimes because you rush me. Otherwise, I don't have anything to do. All right. Any next question? Where are you from, brother?
I was born in Jersey.
Jersey?
Yeah, from Sacramento.
Sacramento?
Yeah.
Is here?
Yes.
Next door?
Yeah.
Ah.
And I just I just turned the TV on one day and there you was. You had on this white.
Just like
thing.
yours? A white?
No, it was a wide one. And I say, what was that? And I turned it off and then I turned it back on and
it clicked.
there you was.
Oh, yeah? Am I on TV?
Yes.
Wow. Became movie star now. How often? Every week? English channel? Oh, then I better speak English more. Huh? You subtitle the Chinese, how about that? Speak a lot in Chinese. I think whatever I speak is very universal. And sometimes in China, in Taiwan, then I would speak a lot of Chinese stories, their history, to relate them to the modern practice of Guanyin method. But still, it's universal. And if the American people listen to that, they probably feel very interesting too. Because most of the time I speak Chinese and the people there love it very much. Yes. I hope the sense of humor is not lost when it's translated. What is the good of the Buddha when he couldn't even laugh, right? Except when he lost all the teeth. I can't laugh. Well, I'm glad the TV helped you. It's not better than modern invention, huh? What do we have next now? What do we have now new that I don't know? Except email. Nothing else, huh? Radio program? Oh, what is that? Oh, we have Radio program? There must be some kind of international channel, no? TV? Well, maybe we just put that in and everybody can see. No need to put in San Jose or... Huh? But not everybody watch international program, huh? Right? So here you are. You have always some problem. Any other question? No? No question? Actually, we are not so far advanced as we think. There are many newly discovered sites where they have buried the whole city, thing like that, or the apparatus of the olden time. Sometimes even 3,000 years ago only we had atom bombs. So evidence, some of the evidence has come up this way, unless it's a hoax, you know. It's like a UFO circle, thing like that. UFO exists, but those circles are circus. So modern technology sometimes really helps, huh? I heard that I'm even on email, no? It's true? Oh, how do they get access to that? Internet, huh? www? I never know how to use all these things. They scare me. When I see so many buttons and many wires, I'm finished. How you use all this? They're complicated, huh? How can you put the painting in the email? Songs? Oh. Color? Wow, like color TV. Wow, what do people invent today, huh? I feel old-fashioned. Yeah, really? Oh, you show me to use that sometime? Do we have one in the place where I stay? Do I have one there? Internet? Oh, over here? No, not the place I stay. Okay, you know. Why don't you show me how to play, okay? I also want to see Master CHINGHAI. So, how is the response? Good, really? How many people email initiated? Raise your hand. Oh, really? At least some, huh? And how many TV initiated? I can't believe it. How many books initiated? Books initiated. If you read books and you came for initiation. Oh, books a little bit more, huh? Because you have more time to read. But email you can also read again and again, no? Oh, but not everybody, huh? Huh? Oh, yeah? So they just push the button and I can read it at home. Oh. Vietnamese? Spanish, no? Why not? We have Spanish magazine. No? Do we still have? And we have French magazine. Look, French, English, German, do we have? I don't know. Samba book, okay. Samba book is in about 50 languages now. But the magazine, I think about 8 or 9. This is already a lot, huh? Korean, yes, Korean, Chinese, Thai, French, Japanese, Spanish, English, Russia magazine. No. Huh? What? Yeah. What else? Vietnamese? Oh. Chinese already? No. Already. So, I think around 8 or 9, yeah? And with your help, it will be more. Then people will have more access to the truth teaching. Today, the officer in the airport informed me that I have a lot of followers outside. Actually, you're not my followers. Huh? You're just my students. You follow the truth. You follow God, follow Buddhas. I only teach you how. Right? Just like I teach you to drive the car. That's all. But you don't have to follow me, huh? You follow your car. No question, really? Oh, enlightened, satisfied. You're new faces, new faces. You're old, a little old, not too old. Also old, huh? More young. And Steve is hiding somewhere. The foreigners don't have any question? No? You do? You again? No? Okay. You better now? Yes. Don't worry. Just keep up the race. Sometimes for fun. Yeah. Why? Yes, why not? If there are ghosts coming around, just let him stay. But if he doesn't want to stay, it's okay. You better live. But if you want to stay around, just welcome him. Well, in America, it's very lonely. People don't accompany you, might just well play with ghosts. Better than nothing, no? Huh? What do you think? You're lucky to have some ghosts even visit you. Who else would want you? No, I'm just joking. Don't worry about that. There's some ghosts who love you so much. Yeah? Just the way you love me. If you're bothered by ghosts who also love you and stick around, then you know my problem. At least you know my problem. So there's no harm. Besides, you must recite Namo, you know whom. And can pray to God, yeah? And meditate and think all the time on the good side. Besides, you must check up with your psychological lifestyle as well. For example, if you're too obsessed with some kind of idea, for example, if you are very, I'm sorry how to say, very healthy, and the body healthy, and you live in the environment which is always propagating or encouraging people to have the intercourse between the opposite sex, thing like that. And then your body, also the cell will listen to all the message. The cells in the body sometimes listen to the message. So you have to keep your mind in different level and tell the cells the opposite. If you cannot do that, and sometimes the body demands are greater than your mental ability to control. And then sometimes you see such a ghost appear to you, like beautiful lady in dreams or not in dreams, something like that. Will make trouble for you more. In that case, you should know this is psychological apparition. It's not true. It's not real. All right. So in that case, if you want to deal with that kind of ghost, you ask something that he cannot answer. Okay? For example, anything you think in your head, the ghost will know, because he's yours, he's you. So make sure something that's puzzling, you know. For example, like if you hold if the ghosts come again, you hold a handful of rice in your hand and ask him how much. How many grain inside? Surely he never can answer. And then he will disappear. In that case, you know it is your own psychological apparition that appeared to you because you suppress yourself too much. Or you don't try to suppress so much. I'll get married, do something legal. So you don't have to make trouble for yourself and invite the ghost. There are many ghost stories in China before, remember? Liu Chai Cui, something like that, huh? Liu Chai Ji, Liu Chai Cui, Liu Chai Cui, 那这是一种，我认为是一种，不是环卷荒唐的，所以有一些真的啊，不是环卷荒唐的，所以有一些真的啊。There are some ghost story are not completely how to say fiction, huh? There is some truth in it, because human psyche is a funny thing. it can create a lot of things. That's why people can have psychic power. Yeah, because the human psyche can imagine many things and can produce that even. So you have heard that in Tibet, you can practice a kind of devotion to a kind of deity, and then one day you see the deity appear as a real person. You can create that. If you don't have one deity that you like, you can create in your mental a deity or a monk or a woman, whatever. And then after a long time of practicing, these imagined personage will become real. And he has a reality and a personality of his own or her own. And sometimes if you are not powerful enough to control this person, this created apparition, then it will harm you even. So you see, similar to the ghost story. Many things happen in our lives because of our mind. So people say everything comes from the mind. Means our thinking affect our living standard and everything around us. If you think flu are contagious, you should know mental thought process is even more contagious than that. I know that for sure. Whenever I'm in America, my thinking sometimes different than in another country. My feeling is different than in another country. I don't have this similar feeling in different countries. In America, definitely there is some definite thinking and feeling. That is for sure. But because I know it already, so it's okay. When I first came out, I don't know. I was a little bit puzzled, you know. I think, oh, what happened now? What is this? But then after traveling a lot of times, same thing happened, repeating a lot of events, then I have experiences. So see, even a teacher need raw materials, need raw experience in order to have kind of more mastership towards humans' emotion, intelligence, feelings, and reaction to the environmental effect. So it's not that we are safe in this world if we are master, huh? Even more so in danger. Now I realize. If I realized that before, I don't think you have a master now. Luckily, God did not let me realize that. Why He let me know vaguely, you know? But if somebody tell you that, well, okay, you get married and maybe you will have children in 5 years or 10 years, that is a different story than when you actually have children. You know what I mean? Or when you actually get married, it's different than when you imagine. You know, okay, I grow up, I get married. Everybody knows that. But that is a different story altogether when you truly get married. Is that not so? Similarly, all the teachers of some higher level, they know that they will encounter a lot of trouble. And their day from morning till evening will never be peaceful. It's not like the life of the disciples. It's entirely opposite. So you cannot imagine what the teacher have to go through. Nobody can, until you became a master. I tell you truthfully, I didn't know that before too. I had some idea. You know, I read Indian story or the master flay alive and Jesus crucified and things like that. But these are history. I think modern master different. Drive Mercedes, go in jumbo jet, you know, thing like that. High flying, yeah, thing like that. But no, outside different, inside, the pressure, the torment, the burden is the same. Maybe even more so, because in modern time, more people have the opportunity to know about any master on earth, if there is one. They may not choose him or her, but they know. You see, and occasionally they pray too, and that's enough. Everybody occasionally. You see, that means 24 hours. There is some occasionally praying. people. They don't want to eat vegetarian. Oh, it's too bothersome. It's too attached. And they don't want to meditate. Oh, what for? We are born Buddha. Yes, but when they're in trouble, oh, please, Master CHINGHAI, if you're really good Buddha, please help me. And then I will believe you, maybe. Yeah. And being a so-called master, yeah, and the supreme master and all that, if anybody pray to you, you must take care. Do all your might. Die for them if you must. Go through anything you can, but help you must. If they pray sincerely, no one should be refused. But that by all means that they get the eternal help. You see what I mean? That's in that situation only because if they don't strive to better their lives, to mend their way of living and their moral standard, then no master can help them forever. Or else Buddha would have helped a lot of people and Jesus would not have to die. For example, but dying on the cross is nothing compared to the inner pressure that the master must endure. So actually I consider Jesus very lucky. Yeah, he had to bear only 3.5 years and then goodbye. Die, we all die anyhow, sooner or later. You know what I mean? So like recently somebody told me that, for example, President Clinton, he loves people. Sometimes he always go out and the security agent complained that he's the most difficult president to serve. Is that not so? Yeah? True? Okay. And then, so I was very worried. He worried about him. He was a good friend of Mr. President. So he worried. I said, why you worry? If he has to die, he die. He die anytime. And besides, I tell you, more people die in bed than any other places. So don't worry about that. If he die, it's not so? Most people die laying in bed, don't they? You check. I think Mark Twain said that. So in case if he has to die in the public, while giving love and assurance to his countrymen, fulfilling his duty as the best friend of the country, then it should be good for him. He died in glory. Why you worry about? We have to die sooner or later. See how we die and what we die for. That's important. I said, just like me too, I'm always with people. I'm not bothered about whether I die there or not. I just worry that I don't die so fast. My karma is so heavy, I can't go so fast. Or sometimes people, there's some of our relatives or initiated who passed away. And sometimes they cry, Some meditate less than 2.5 hours. They would cry, oh, Master, why you let him die? I say, why not? I even let myself die if I can. Only the heavy karma like me would have to stay here. He is good, he's gone. Because last year, one of our initiated in Hong Kong passed away. I mean, he transited to another gate, no gate. And then he was a movie star, the one with bear, the chubby one, very cute like teddy bear. Yeah, I love that guy too. And his wife came to me when I was in Hong Kong last week. She said, Master, I'm sorry, but I doubted you very much. I said, I know you always did. So, yeah. So, because before that, she was kind of miserable, And she looks even miserable just as before. I said, before he was alive, you look the same. So there's nothing to change. But now she's better after, I kind of lovingly scold her for a while. I said, you want him to come back? I can make him come back. Do you want him to come here and every day sweat and tears for you and your 2 children? Now he left enough things for you to live on. Do you want him to come back again and just hang around and boxing himself in the movies? Do you think the movies are not real? Sometimes it's real. You see people boxing each other in the movies? Sometimes it hurts because in the action they cannot control all the time and accidents do happen. So Chucky Chang, sometimes he show the real picture behind, sometimes broken legs and all that just because of the movies, because they jump. Sometimes they do really this stunning sense themselves, just to broadcast for the movies, to make more advertise, to promote the movies. Because if you have stuntman for you, it's different than you, the real actor, the main role, do it himself. Then people would watch more. When he jumped from 15-story building down, sometimes he broke his legs, even though there's net and something like that. But you know, he told me, you know, the one who passed away last year, he told me sometimes Hong Kong style, they just put a few cotton boxes. No, cotton box? No. Carton. Cardboard, yeah. Just flat on the ground like that, just a few cardboard, and tell him to jump. Sometimes there's net broken. Yeah, too heavy, a thing like that. It's very amazing. Sometimes the Asian people, they don't care that much. Maybe in America, the law is more stricter. In Hong Kong, they don't have time for law. Something like that, and he really got hurt. Sometimes he got black and blue, bruise all over the body, just for the movies. And when you saw the movies, you thought, oh, it's just movies, just catch up. Sometimes it's real. Of course, not real to death, but yeah, sometimes it even happens that the stuntman die, performing the stunt scene, huh? Or going through the fire, or broken window glass and things like that. They do get burned, they do get bruised and things like that. So I asked his wife, I said, you want him to come back to go through all this again? Do you know he get hurt sometimes? You know he suffers sometimes. Do you want him to come back? And then I make him come back. So she said, oh, no. Yeah, she realized. I said, besides, if he comes back, he's a baby. And then you pass away, and then he chase for you, and then I be in no end trouble. We chase each other all the time. So I said to her, well, we all sooner or later go up there. So he just finished his job. He went first. So we just go later. You never know. Maybe tomorrow, so don't cry too soon. Yeah, anyhow, right? Yeah. And I said to her something like, yeah, he was an actor, huh? He was with Chucky Chang. Yeah, he was an actor. Not with Chucky Chang, only with many famous Hong Kong big movie star. There's another one, I don't remember the name, but he's also big, very, very big. You know, one of the best in Hong Kong. Yeah, he used to, Chen Long is Chucky Chang. Yeah. Another one. Huh? The one who play, huh? No. No, he played many, together with many. He's a very big supporting role, anyhow. So anyhow, I told her that he is an actor, huh? And sometimes he has to go to mainland China, or go to America, or go elsewhere to film. And he has been away from home often. So you just take it as a longer trip this time. And somehow she understood so quickly this time. And I saw her smiling as bright as the sunshine in the morning. She never did that before, even during his lifetime. So I must be more convincing than him. Yeah, when he was alive, he used to tell me, oh, Master, please help my wife, you know. She's unhappy, feel like, you know. And when I saw her, I said, well, when I see her, I feel unhappy too. But now she's laughing, you know. I said, when you laugh, you're so beautiful. When you smile, you're more beautiful. And I said, well, we have a lot of brothers still available here. Why you worry about one gone, brothers? So they all laugh and then finished. And I'm so happy to see her smiling for the first time since I knew her. She really smiled big, with all the teeth showing. I don't know if it's real or not, but all showing. So I was really happy, yeah. Even if my Hong Kong trip, just to make that person happy, I think is worthwhile. How many times in our life we can make one person happy and real, lasting, you know what I mean? That they get out of darkness forever, that they untie the knot in their heart forever. And that is really worthwhile. Huh? So I think if you can do that, you feel very happy. Try to. Not the same story, huh? Because I know you're very good at copycats. Yeah, you do that. blindly. Yeah. I cannot tell enough the story of how you copy things. Yeah, for example, you copy my address. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't mean anything. So last time, some of the LA, they make the drama about the master CHINGHAI came at last. Okay, that's okay. You can wear my outfit because everybody knows you represent the master at that time. It looks cute. It's beautiful. But the next one, you wear exactly the same white Vietnamese dress and all that. What for? The princess in Vietnam supposed to wear yellow. Yeah? So if you play the princess, you wear yellow. Okay? And don't wear white just because I wear white last time. There's no need for that. It looks ridiculous. You understand? So if you want to copy well. Then it's good. Then it's good. I don't mean you cannot copy. I have no patent rights for anything, but you have to copy it in the right way, see? So last time copy was okay. The second time, lousy. It's not proper, understand? The princess wear yellow, no? I don't wear white, especially New Year. Chinese people don't like white at New Year time. And then you bring everybody white, that's impossible. But it's too late to tell you you're already on stage. It was for New Year. Chinese people, they like anything except black and white. Yellow, okay, green, okay, everything okay. But they like red better for New Year because they believe red brings prosperity, luck, and happiness, okay? Huh? Yeah, I don't know where from, but okay, they like it that way. That's why even I dare not wear white on New Year, navy or anything. Mostly I wear red, remember? During the first days of the Chinese New Year's, I wear always red this kind. Yeah, because of that. I don't really like red, just for them. Just to make that, also red is make the atmosphere lively, you know? Heat it up, huh? Warm, thing like that. So why not? So today I was feeling very tired and I wore that red. I feel also good. Feel like you have more spirit, uplifted a little bit, you know? Red is a color of ongoing, huh? But I cannot go too long, so I change. I change. You have longer legs than me, you can walk longer. It's funny, huh? You see, it's really funny. You're bigger than me, you should do more work. Yeah. How come I always run around do all the work? Besides, most of my work is very difficult to perform. And your work, very easy. Yeah. Or the work for the world, you do it easily. For example, you work every day, 8 hours, 10 hours. No problem. Otherwise, your boss would have fired you. That means you're a good worker. Very effective, efficient, and well-professioned. But when I ask you to do something for me, even just to drive a car, you don't know how. It's funny, huh? Or you drive all the way around. Hinder my time. Today, like drive my 2 attendants around the world. In 18, not in 80 days, but 80 hours, something like that. So when I came home, nobody there to welcome me, nothing. I didn't eat anything. Because as you know, garlic bread, how long it lasts? You know, American Wonder Bread? When you squeeze it, it becomes like toilet paper. So thin. Yeah. And I can't keep asking for garlic bread all the time. Anyhow. And then the food they cooked were lousy and they brought it late. Thing like that. So I practically didn't eat and didn't sleep. Not only last night, but the night before, to pack. And on airplane, I rarely can sleep. I read newspapers or watch your American movies. By the way, it was very disappointing. All the movies I watch are really disappointing. There's no structure. No real essence. All they want is just to bring violence in, punch it here and there, or bang, bang, boom, boom. And then there must appear a woman on the scene, and then there must be sex or something like that. Almost. All the way. And I hardly can change the channel because each channel is similar, so I keep changing the button all the time. I also want to know what people is watching, you know? But very disappointing. I don't mean all the movies are bad, but almost. Most of the movies are so bad. All they want to do is showing legs and arms and whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, maybe America is getting so poor, people wearing less and less clothes, saving trouble. Not like me, I have to design a lot of colors, you know? In that case, it's renunciation. Maybe they're practicing for being a nun next time, and monks. And then they go to India, being naked guru. Perhaps all these naked Indian guru now are those former actors and actors who play in such scene in which they are very economically saving the cost of wearing. Yeah, it's come to think about it. Wearing clothes also troublesome, huh? You have to mask the shoes and the hair and the hat and maybe sometime the bell and thing like that. Yeah? Trouble, huh? So many of the Indian masters, they just renounce that even. They don't wear any clothes. Yeah, sure. Even in Himalaya, very cold. They just put ashes on all over their body, finished, nothing more. Yeah, if you don't look, it's okay. There are many other places to look. Why you have to worry about him? A lot of them running around. So whatever is forbidden in our society will be considered sometimes holy in other places. So it's okay, huh? Don't worry about that. But it's just the motive that's different. You see what I mean? It's the same thing. It's just when you look at the Indian naked holy man, you feel elevated. You feel no shame, no desire, no lust, nothing. Nothing stir in your mind about lower level of thinking about that man. Just have veneration. If you don't have even veneration, at least you have nothing. You know, not even curiosity. But the scene in the movies are differently motivated, mean to provoke people. And that's why it's kind of selling the body cheap. And that is not supposed to be so, because body is a temple of God. That's the only thing that is matter, that is not correct about the movies. Yeah, I don't mind looking at the people without clothes. I did look at them before. I worked in the hospital before. When they perform, you know, washing all over the body, I used to wash them too. Men, women alike, no problem. You don't feel nothing. And in some of the Vietnamese Highlander country, Highland, the woman, when she's not married, she's not supposed to wear any upper clothing. After marriage, yes. Something like that. You see what I mean? So it's considered a sacred, how to say, performance if you don't wear clothes. In some of African places also the same. They wear everything except clothes. You know that? They even wear hats, flower hats and headdress, and a lot of necklace, wow, so long, and earrings so big, and decorated their ankles and their wrist, everything, but nothing else. Yeah, and they look so cute, beautiful, huh? And because they live together like that all the time, there's no conflict. Nah? Nobody steal other women's from other men's. No, nothing like that happen. Because they're all like that. Or in like the nudist camp, people are running around in the birthday suits, and it seems fine, except they look uglier than when they wear clothes. Yeah, not many people have a right figure to run around in the birthday suits. Some of the birthday suits are badly made, badly tailored. But it's okay, they like it. Yeah. And then when I was in Germany, we have a sauna for ourselves in the cellar. We have a big swimming pool. And when you go in the sauna, you don't wear anything. Yeah, sometimes with neighbors and friends, no problem, because that's the way it is. Fancy you come inside the sauna and sit there with your jean on? Can you believe that? In the 90-degree heat? Celsius. No, not that much. Very, very high. Sometimes, can't remember. Very high. Hot, because it's good for winter. When it's cold outside, you came home, you take all your clothes off and jump in the sauna. Oh, you feel good. Then after that, you swim in the swimming pool. Our swimming pool is also heated. It's around 27, 28 degrees. Not hot, but warm, not freezing, because after you're too cold, it's no good. It's snowing outside, and inside you're sweating, like in Africa jungle. It was good too. So for example, like that. So wherever it is, the situation, you don't feel anything. But in the movie, it's different. You see what I mean? It's kind of making it a little bit less noble than it should be. Huh? The relationship between man and woman are sacrilege. Okay. So what was it that makes go so long? Huh? About the thought process, huh? Yeah. So we check our thought process. It's not the action only alone that counts, huh? It's the thought inside. Huh? Sometimes like you hug somebody and you love him and her, then they feel different than when you just hug out of, sociable etiquette. Yeah, hello, how are you? And the other person froze. So similarly with a family relationship or husband and wife, don't think that you cheat on her and she doesn't know. She feel it. Yeah? And there will be turmoil in the family and you just don't know why. You just think, oh, she don't know nothing. She became moody these days, she became lousy. It's not true. Inside, the knowledge is transmitted through space, through time. It's recorded, everything is recorded. It's funny how we think that we are alone all the time. We are not alone. Everything is recorded and transmitted. That's why sometimes, for example, you see television and radio, CD, nothing, just a piece of metal or a piece of plastic, and everything is recorded there. How can the ether or God power not be able to record even finer version than that? So we should be aware all the time of the naked visibility of our inner thinking. Not to say alone, not to say about the actions, which is more coarse, which is more visible. That's why we must always try to keep our speech, actions, and thought as pure as we can control, because we affect the next person. That's why when you sit in group meditation, the lousy one became better. Remember? Yeah? Yeah, the more you meditate, if you really sincerely want to mend your way, you have the group meditation, you always progress fast. But if you don't have this sincere intention, sometimes you cannot benefit because you wore yourself in. We can do that too. Just like we wore ourselves in order to reject some of negative projection from other people and from the environment. We can do that. See? That's why you're more protected now than before. I have taught you how to protect yourself. Yeah? By reciting the holy charged, holy names, by doing what and what, by meditation, you have the protection power. See? That's why you have less sickness than before. You have less anxieties than before. You have less desires than before. Just because you are more protected and every negative influence are filtered through this protective layer of invisible spiritual power. So you feel lighter and lighter each day. And the more you meditate, and with the group meditation, the power is strong. Of course, you alone are also strong. But one light is different than 10 lights. Each light has its individual brightness, and this is rightly so. It is important that we have one light. But then when 10 lights put together, is it not brighter? Yeah. But each light doesn't lose its light, doesn't increase in light, but because put together, it's brightened and it's more strong. You can do many more things with with 10 lights than with one light. See, for example here, even though all this light bothers me, but they need it for a good picture. Otherwise, when you see me at home, I probably look like African princess. If I can look that good at all. Or maybe I look like the brother over here, who knows? Coffee color. Yes, just because last life when you do speech on video, you didn't have enough light on. So I also know your previous life. So you see, if just a little light here, we don't have enough brightness to record a good video picture. I don't say that our video picture are first class, but they're super class in terms of their dedication, yeah, and the blessing power that it transmits to people. Not because the picture is so good. Of course, we try our best. That's why I have to suffer all these lights. Sometimes many thousand watts. It's okay. Just my eyes became a little bit different lately, these few years. Sometimes it's blurred. Before I saw very good. Very far away there I can read small word. Smallest one can read everything. Now cannot, even big word cannot. I don't need glasses yet. Sometimes I do. But still it's different than before. And I'm still very young yet. Okay.